family, so nice to see you today. We're so glad you dropped by. It's always good when the family comes by. I'm telling you, it is such a cold day in Pittsburgh. Oh my goodness. We've been having like temperatures of 2, wind chill of like below 0, and it is cold. And when I think of a cold, cold day, you know what I think of? Soup. Nothing like a big pot of soup cooking on the stove. Kids come in from school or the husband comes in. We're having soup. Crusty loaf of bread or a little sandwich or something. That just sets the tone for, it kind of, my mom used to say, it warms your innards because it does. It makes you feel all warm inside. And it's just, you know, that chicken soup is therapeutic. They've really decided that it is. So today we're going to make a couple of different kinds of soup, something maybe you've never had before. But I have to read this because I got this in the mail just recently from a lovely lady whose name is Eve, and she's from Washington, PA, here in Pennsylvania. She says, "Dear Arlene, just a note to tell you, I suffered with you using the plastic gloves the other day." Now, the plastic gloves she's talking about is we did a program of Paul's favorite dinner, which is stuffed banana peppers. And we were stuffing them with this mixture. And we had those real thin plastic gloves on. Oh yeah, here's a little clip of it. And we were both trying to stuff those peppers, and those gloves are so flimsy. I know we ended up, we can't get them on, we can't get them off, they're falling off. I had a big piece of the stuffing inside the finger of one of the gloves before it was all over. Paul couldn't get them on. He couldn't get them apart because they were sticking together. He got off camera. One of the guys helped him to get them on. He come back on camera, and he's trying to stuff. And you know what? Out of total frustration, I thought to myself, you know, this is stupid. Why am I doing this? So I just took them off. Well, obviously, Eve says, "I'm sending you some gloves that I use all the time," because she could identify with this. She said, "These gloves," she gets them at Sam's Club. And I love the color. And these have some stability to them because you can get your hand in them. They fit good and snug so they're not flopping every which. If I could get my hand in, I could tell you. There you go. Look at that. That's the way you want a glove to fit. No way that baby's going to go into a pepper and stay there. I'm going to tell you that. But she says, I get them there and I use them to do yard work and anything in the kitchen. And she said, I wanted you to have some. Thanks, Eve. I really appreciate that. Next time we're stuffing anything, we got the gloves, right? Well, stay tuned because we come back from the hint. We're starting to make our soup, and we'll be right back in just a minute. Here's today's at-home hint. Always remove meat from store packages and rewrap using special freezer paper or aluminum foil if you are planning to freeze meats for more than 2 to 3 weeks.
If you have an at-home hint, a favorite recipe, or just a friendly greeting you'd like to share, we'd like to hear from you. Post it in the comments of this video or visit our Facebook page.
Well, today it's like a soup kitchen in here because we're making soups. Patty's here with me. We wanted to make 3 different kinds and a variety of kinds. Like maybe you've never tasted these before, but Patty, you're going to make a beef and a potato.
Right.
This is almost has the consistency of like a stew, but it's really good. You have good flavors, and you started out with some wonderful.
We already cooked the meat.
It's a stew beef. These little cubes of stew beef. That's what this is. And you brown that off in your pan.
And now I'm getting ready to add the celery and the onion.
Okay. And you're going to get that going. I'm making buffalo chicken soup. Now, you say, well, why aren't you over there? Because I want to show you this. This little puppy is what they call induction heating. This is no flame to it, no gas. It's molecular. In other words, the molecules roll together like that, and that generates the energy for this baby to turn on. But you have to have a certain kind of a pan. You see this slab right here on the bottom? That's a slab of aluminum, because aluminum conducts the heat the best of any metal. So you have to have that on there because see this little square? That's where there's a like metal underneath the top of this. And you put it on there, you turn it on. You don't see any flames, you see nothing, okay? I'm going to add a little bit of butter in there. Heats up very nicely. It's got a timer on the front. It's got all kind of speeds if you want to increase, decrease, for warm, for low, for high. I mean, it's amazing. And it
would even be nice to have something like that during the holidays if you don't have enough
Yeah.
stovetop.
Definitely. And, you know, they make these, if you're redoing your kitchen and maybe you just want to have like, you have all your big unit there, but you just have an island area and you want to put that, drop something like that in the island, works perfect. So we're getting our butter melted here. Okay. And what we're going to do then is add some celery. Chopped celery. Get out of there. Some chopped onion. Every good soup really starts with some basic vegetables to give it flavor, and that's your celery and your onion. You can't miss with those two. They make it good. And we're just going to let that go. I'm going to turn up the heat here. Increase it. There we go. So we get that going pretty good. How are we doing over there, Patty?
They're cooking up real nice.
Are
And they're getting that brownish color from the
See,
meat in
you
there.
don't want, yeah, you don't want to lose that brown because that's what adds the flavor. When all the flavor out of the meat has come into the pan, that's where it's the best.
Makes it good, you're right.
Delicious. Okay. Okay, we're going to get this going, and it's going to brown pretty good. There we go. And the rest of this is, we have chicken broth, we have some milk, we have just a little bit of Tabasco, we have some mozzarella cheese, we have some crumbled blue cheese, comes in a container just like that, and we have some Parmesan cheese, a little bit of flour, some milk. What you're going to do is combine the cheeses, and then once this gets going and we've added the chicken, when the chicken broth gets good and hot, we're going to stir that in there. Now, if you're hearing a noise, it's because this puts off a high-pitched sound. So don't be trying to adjust your television or anything. It's okay. And you know, we're learning with this. So
Right.
if it's too irritating, then we won't use it again. But
Yeah.
I just like to show you things like this.
Or if your dogs start going crazy.
Yeah, if the dog starts, yeah, if there's a bunch of dogs show up at the studio here, that's it, no more. But I think we'll be okay. There we go. We're getting her now. You just want to get a good, you don't want this to brown. Not really. You just want it to get a good transparency with the onion and soften them up a little bit. Because these are very easy soups. You know, there's nothing like soup on a day like today. There's snow all over the ground out there. You know, if you're fighting traffic to get home and the plow's in front of you, or even worse, if he's behind you, not good. But to come in the door and there be a nice big bowl of soup, worth it all. Worth it all.
I know, my family loves.
Oh.
And I make a huge pot of it, and then we have it for
have
days.
it. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now we're going to stir in some broth, because these are going pretty good here. I'm going to put in about 28 ounces. Now these little boxes of this kind of broth is wonderful, but they're 32, so we're talking about a half a cup difference. Not that bad. Okay. There's about a half a cup there. Okay. And then we're going to add our milk. This is a milky. Let me see how much milk we have. 1.5 cups of milk. That's going in there too.
That looks like
Right?
a nice, good cream soup.
Yeah, it's nice
know,
and it's going to have good body to it. And then our little bit of hot sauce. That's going to go in there just to give it a little tang. Okay? You want to keep stirring it around. Make sure it's cooking. I'm going to bring that up to a good boil. Now in this bowl, I'm going to toss, I have a cup of shredded mozzarella. I have a half a cup of Parmesan Reggiano, and it's finely grated. Okay? I want a cup of blue cheese crumbles. This is probably about a cup. I'm going to save a little bit for on the top.
That
So-
looks interesting, the blue cheese in there.
Yeah, I think it makes it delicious.
Yeah.
Now what you're going to do is mix this up, the cheese, but you're also going to add a little flour, which will thicken the soup. So that's about 1/3 cup of flour. I think this utensil's a little big, Patty. We're going to get another spoon here.
That's good or no?
No, I think I'll just use a regular spoon. We're going to mix that around. And once that comes up to a boil, we're going to drop that in there. And we're going to stir, stir, stir. While we're waiting for that to happen, we're going to take a break. We come back, more soups here in the at-home kitchen. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Do you love watching At Home with Arlene Williams? Then be sure to check out our new YouTube channel. It's filled with classic episodes from over 20 years of At Home, and more videos are added each day. And don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home.
Okay, if you're just joining us, we're making soups today. Patty, give us a stir of that chicken soup over there. We thought we'd put it on that burner. Oh, it's getting
Doesn't that
nice.
look good?
Doesn't get real thick, it's just a creamy soup. You want to keep that on low. When you go to serve that, we're going to garnish it with just a little bit of the blue cheese on top of there. Oh, it's going to be great. Okay, and what you doing over here?
Okay. I added the carrots and, yes,
Okay.
I added the carrots. Oh, look at me double stirring.
Oh, you're good.
I'm multitasking.
She is.
I added carrots, mushrooms, and garlic. Let that cook up a bit, and now I just added some of the beef broth, and I'm going to add the rest.
So this takes like 6 cups of beef broth,
Yeah,
right?
6 cups. So
This
it
is
was
gonna
like
make a
one
nice
whole
big
plus a half
pan
of
full,
one of these. So
And
it
then
does
you're going to
make it
add
nice.
some different, what kind of spices are you going to add to that?
We're going to add
Salt
some
and pepper,
yes,
of course.
Yeah.
Worcestershire?
Worcestershire sauce,
Okay.
salt, and this is thyme.
Thyme.
I almost forgot what that
Okay.
was. That's
And
thyme.
you're gonna do some
and then
pepper.
Some pepper, fresh ground pepper.
Yeah. And then do you put the, you going to put the meat back in there yet? Or when do you put
Yeah,
the
you
meat
put the meat back in, and then we put some crushed tomatoes in too.
Okay. And then what's this?
Crushed tomatoes.
Oh, that's tomatoes.
crushed,
Okay.
yeah,
And
crushed
then you
diced
have
tom-
potatoes too that
Yeah,
you're
but the
going to.
potatoes, you know, you
They
have
go
to
in
let
later?
this cook a little bit, and then you add your potatoes.
Okay.
But
You're
you're
gonna
gonna
put
bring
that
this up.
in. All right. So while she's finishing that, remember that's the beef and potato soup. I'm coming over here. I think this is fascinating because this is a soup that you make it all in the either a blender or a food processor, pour it into a pot, and then you heat it through. This is incredible. This is 24 ounces of roasted red peppers. They come in a jar in your supermarket. You just want to place those right into your food processor. And we have a couple of cups of, this is frozen corn thawed. Hope we all fit all this stuff in here. I think we will. And we have some chicken broth. We see 1 cup chicken broth. And then we have a tablespoon of curry powder. That goes in. A little bit, a half a teaspoon of cayenne. Okay. And a teaspoon of sugar. All goes in. You say, well, what a teaspoon of sugar? It's amazing that that combination just cuts so none of it is like overwhelming, okay? And then we're going to add 1.5 cups of buttermilk. This is for Steve upstairs because he really likes this. Look at that, Steve, how nice and thick it is. Oh, yeah. There's your buttermilk. Yummo. Good. Okay? And let's see. We're going to keep this for the garnish. We're
No,
not
you
gonna-
need the cup for the garnish.
Oh, we put this in here too. That's
Yeah,
right.
that goes in there, and
Because
the
I had the
little
other
quarter
one.
cup goes for the
This is a
garnish.
cup of sour cream. What's not to like about this one?
That looks good. It almost looks like a crazy salad until you mix it up.
Yummy, yummy. Okay. And then you're just going to put this on liquefy. You don't want it to be like so bad that, you know, it's not, you can't really tell what it is, but you certainly want it to, and I'm having a little leakage problem, so I'm taking it very slow.
Really not. It'll look pretty
It's all right. Yeah. It's getting there. Colors are pretty.
It'll make a nice cream soup.
I think so too. And you know what you want to do, it's up to you if you want those little bits in there or if you'd rather have it totally pureed out. It's really up to you. See, a lot of these things that we make, we give you basic ideas, then you can expound. If you want it hotter, put more whatever in. If you want onion in there, put onion. Do whatever you want to. We're just giving you a basic idea. And so then, we're going to take this off. I think we're okay with that. And what happened to my pan?
Oh,
I had a
yeah,
pan.
pan's over there.
Here's my pan. Somebody
Took off with your pan.
Somebody
No,
stole
the
my
pot.
pan. No,
Pot.
no, the,
Pot.
that's it. Thank you, dear. Appreciate it. And then all we're going to do now, okay, and please be careful. You have a blade in the middle there. We're just going to drop that right into that. Get your finger on there. Get it all out. So many goodies in there, I'm going to scrape it down. That's sour cream in there and the buttermilk. Oh, it's going to be awesome. We also baked a nice cornbread to go with this. We're going to, you know, when I think of, I don't know about your family, but when we have soup, anything that has a tomato to it, we always think of
Cornbread.
grilled cheese.
Oh, grilled cheese, yeah.
Grilled cheese, you have to have a grilled cheese sandwich. So that's what we're going to be doing. Okay, Patty, can we put this on the burner over there since you're in charge of stove?
Charge of stirring.
Yeah, here's,
Okay, let me move
this is a
this
nice
one
thick
back.
soup.
And
Here
put
we go.
This one. Do you want it on like a lower heat?
Yeah, lower heat, just to warm through, because that's all you do with this, is just to warm it through. And, oh, look at that. A little bit of
This looks
yummy, yummy, yummy. I love this. It's like a soup kitchen, like I said. And
yeah.
I think that between chicken, beef, and like a, you know, a red pepper soup, certainly everybody should find something they like there, and probably like some of all of it.
This
So
looks really pretty.
it is, huh? It's very, 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 very pretty. All right, we're going to be back in just a minute. When we come back, we're going to be in the dining room tasting up the soup. Stay with us. We'll see you in just a minute.
Just go to ctvn.org/at-home to get all the recipes from today's show for free. That's right, no subscriptions. They're available online at no cost, and more are being added each day. So join us at ctvn.org/at-home to get today's recipes now.
How about it, Patty?
Oh, they're wonderful.
The smell in here, people have been wafting into the studio like a good part of the day because they can smell all these smells coming out. And I have to show you that the first one that Patty made was that beef and potato soup. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
See, it's not like a beef stew would be thicker, like a gravy. This is a broth,
Right.
but look at that rich broth and look at those nice pieces of beef, vegetables, potatoes in there. That is a meal fit for a king or a queen, I'm telling you. And then next to it, I like to keep this nice and hot. Next to it is my chicken, look at that, chicken buffalo soup.
That
Oh,
looks incredible.
does this look good or what?
Yes, that looks
Look how
incredible.
nice and thick that
With
one is.
blue cheese on top.
With blue, little scatter of blue cheese on top. That is an awesome, awesome. You're going to want to try this. I know you are. Patty, what's down there?
This is that red pepper soup.
It's our roasted red pepper soup. Creamy. We just give it a dollop of sour cream and a few green onions on top. Oh, my
Doesn't that
goodness.
look wonderful?
Any of these would warm up your innards, as they say,
yeah.
and make a wonderful meal. Besides that, we thought, well, we have a big variety of crackers here, all kind of crackers. That's nice, little pat of butter and a big variety of crackers. But you know, what I like the best with soup is a grilled cheese. So we made a big platter of grilled cheese down there. And you know what? You can make them. If you have a griddle, get your griddle out, make a bunch of them. Put your oven on low, like 200, and keep popping them on a cookie sheet as you make them, and then they'll stay nice and hot. Serve everybody at one time. Next to it, we made some cheddar cornbread. Just get a couple packs of cornbread. Patty put that together today. I said, throw a couple of hands of cheddar in there, and whatever else you want. You can put jalapenos in there. You can put onion, whatever. Just flavor it yourself. We put some jelly, some preserves. I'm telling you, this is a meal fit for a king. And then to top it all off, because it's really cold, we did hot chocolate in a nice big mug. What else could you want? I'm telling you,
Oh, this is it.
this is like everybody's saying, oh, you know what all we need? We need to have our slippers on in our bathrobe. We need to be curled up on the couch with a big mug of soup or in a nice mug full of hot chocolate. What else could you want? Maybe gathered with the family that loves you and you love so much. Just remember that we love you. We're always glad that you're with us. Be sure to join us the next time because it wouldn't be the same without you. Thanks, Patty.
Thank you.
Furnishings provided by Levin Furniture, featuring Lane's Country Living Collection. Food provided by Jordan Banana Company, wholesalers of fresh fruit and vegetables in Trevosburg, Pennsylvania.
Don't forget to click the subscribe button so you'll never miss another episode of At Home. Thank you for watching.
Cornerstone Television wishes to thank all our faithful viewers whose consistent prayers and financial support have made this program